Should I have my mom handle my immigration paperwork? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. Met with some young people today and their parents. And these are situations where a foreign national has married a U.S. citizen and the parents are all involved in the immigration case. Now, this is usually a bad sign. Now, we've certainly had many cases in our office where we've dealt with parents and children before. These are, usually young people in college who've married a U.S. citizen, and they are wanting to sponsor a foreign national to stay in the United States and to obtain lawful permanent resident status. But sometimes the dynamic in the room is way, way off. And we had two meetings today that I think illustrate the point. In the first meeting, the foreign national was getting ready to go back overseas and to marry someone, and he brought his mother. And this guy is 20 some odd years old, and his mother seems to be handling everything. And so I think that that's okay. There's certainly a place for that, but it's not a substitute to working with immigration lawyers. And so in both the consults today, in the other one, it was the dad who came to meet with us, and the beneficiary and the petitioner didn't even come. So it's sort of a strange dynamic when parents care more about their children's immigration status than the children themselves. I think that's a telling sign. And for me, it's a little bit of a warning sign, because I want actively involved clients. I want clients who completely understand the process. I want clients who are standing right next to me, fighting as hard as they can to get the immigration benefit for the person that they love or for themselves. And so I'm always a little bit worried when the people are having their parents do everything to outsourcing responsibility for the case to their parents, because like I said, we need you actively involved. Working with USCIS, working with the National Visa Center, working with overseas embassies is a stressful process. And if everyone's not on the same page, it can really cause problems. So I really like to have the actual applicant, the actual beneficiary in the office with us. And I'm a little bit worried when a foreign national or a U.S. citizen is having their parents take care of everything. Of course, the biggest problem of all with this is when the parents are not immigration lawyers. Now, the fact is that both of these people were coming from consulates that are very difficult to deal with, and we really just think that it's a very difficult situation, and we're troubled by the fact that the children are not actively involved, and they're not using an immigration lawyer, and they keep relying on the parents. Now, a lot of times the problem is that the parents have gone through some part of the immigration process themselves and they think they know everything. Well, the fact is that we get alerts every day with 20 or 30 changes or rule changes or court cases, different interpretations. We have to work very hard at our office to stay educated on the latest changes in immigration. And so, for instance, in the second consult today, the father recently became a U.S. citizen, and so he believes that he knows everything about immigration, and he submitted his son's spouse case. Well, guess what? They completely and utterly screwed up the affidavit of support. The affidavit of support is a document that shows that the foreign national is not going to become a public charge, and that the U.S. citizen and the other sponsors are willing to buck up if they do, and those require a very specific set of forms. And this case has been derailed and delayed because the family didn't want to spend the money on the immigration lawyer. Now, incredibly, they still aren't interested in hiring a lawyer. Now, they want to keep doing it themselves. They want to fill out the forms themselves. I believe that the first couple this morning, the mother and the son, they might end up hiring us. And I don't care if people hire us or not. We've got so much business. It's fine with me if people don't hire us. I'm not making this video to try to encourage you to hire me. Most people live far away from St. Louis and might not think that they can work with us even though we handle cases around the country. I'm saying this for your own good. And what I'm saying is that you need to work with people who do this every day. You're not going to go to a toe doctor and ask them to help fix your heart. And you're not going to want to talk to a parent and ask them to fill out your immigration paperwork. They just don't know what they don't know. And in both situations, these so-called experts were asking questions that made it very clear that they didn't know what they were talking about, that they're just winging it. And I suppose you can wing it. You're certainly free to wing it. We're not here to convince anybody of anything. But at the end of the day, your case is going to be delayed, your case might be denied, and you might be wasting a whole lot of time and a whole lot of money just to save a few bucks on an immigration lawyer. So, like I said, feel free, do whatever you want. It's all good. We're happy. We have plenty of people who do want to work with us, who understand the value that we bring. And I'm not making this video to try to convince you otherwise. So we hope you found it informative. We hope that you think through whether or not you want to have someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to dealing with immigration. And it's ultimately your call. So we wish the best for everybody, even those who don't hire us. We want the best for everyone. We want everyone to get through the immigration process smoothly, and we want to do everything we can to help. So if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you're thinking about doing it yourself, but you think it might not be a good idea, give us a call at 314-961-8200. You can email us at info@hackinglawpractice.com, and you can find us on the web at www.hackinglawpractice.com, or in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. And then, of course, you can find us on YouTube. If you like this video, please be sure to comment below, leave us a like, and make sure to share it with your friends on social. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.